Hello, everyone. This is me, Lisa DeFalco, and I'm sharing more stories from our family with our family, and hopefully with yours as well. Um, we had a really interesting talk this week with some of our family members, and a couple of really unique situations came up, and we wanted to capture them here in recording. Um, we do have a lot of writers in the DeFalco family, including my sister and I, but sometimes you forget things or you don't jot them down. So here we have Lisa's grandma's book of remembrance so that we can remember all these things and you can too. And we want to start out with a story about our Uncle Pat. Grandma had, as you know, many children, and of the 18, 12 had survived, and then one died at age 11. Uncle Pat was one of the older ones, closest to my father in age. And Uncle Pat was the wild one. I loved him, and I think we all did in our own way. But Uncle Pat went out, and I'm not sure if he got in a car accident or caused a car accident, but we're talking back in the 1940s and 50s. And back then it was different than now. In Detroit, they actually brought him in the ambulance dead on arrival, not to the hospital, but right to my grandmother's house. And my great aunt Helen, she captured this on 8mm film. So I would love to do a whole story on our whole family, because it would just, this is better than anything you can watch live on TV. They have to come up with storylines. We didn't need storylines. We had a big enough family that every day something was happening. And this day was when Uncle Pat came with a toe tag, and they told him, they said, your son is dead. But my grandmother was a praying grandmother, and she said, no, take him out of there and put him in the front room. We'll get one of the ministers from our church to come pray on him. And you know what? They prayed on him and he came back to life. It's for real. This is no joke. Uncle Pat did have a fractured pelvis. He did have some problems and complications from the accident, but he was most certainly alive after he was prayed on. Uncle Pat, by the way, recently passed away from Alzheimer's. So he lived a very long life. So I just say to people, and this is one of my favorite sayings, I will live and not die to declare the works of the Lord. When it's your time, it's your time. When it's not your time, all heaven and earth is not going to move until God says it's time for that person to come home. So I just wanted to share that with you and encourage anyone that needed some encouraging today. If you'd like to email me, by the way, for some, I'm at lymphedoctors@gmail.com. lymphedoctors@gmail.com. Be blessed, everyone.